Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai. Nityal Bhavishtam Vishnupad Ashratar Ashratar Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Śrīla Gurudeva Ki Jai. Tatiya Shubha Avirbhav Titi Vyāsa-pūjā Maha Mahotsav Ki Jai. Nityal Bhavishtam Vishnupad Ashratar Ashratar Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Trivikram Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupara Shatara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupara Shatara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityal Pravishtam. Did I do Srila Vaman Gosai? Sorry, I was thinking about something else. Let me just do again. Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashatara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashatara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashatara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashatara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nityal Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Śrīla Gurudeva Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityal Pravishta Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Nityal Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath. Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadasa Raghunath Sharda Gosai Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshada Vrinda Ki Jai. Namachay Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Kshetra Mandal, Gora Mandal, Vraja Mandal, Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradakta Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda Ki Jai. Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya Ki Jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Jai Śrīla Gurudev Ki Jai. Śrīla Gurudev's. Well, we celebrated it yesterday, but many devotees are also celebrating it today. So Jai Śrīla Gurudev Vyāsa-pūjā Maha Mahotsav Ki Jai. Titi Palankari Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Hari Bol, dear devotees, Dandavat Pranam. All right, so it's been such a crazy day yesterday and today, like very busy, so I haven't had time to actually prepare what we're going to read. Anyhow, we're just gonna, this is gonna be a spontaneous program today. All right, I'm just sharing my screen and then we'll start. And Dandavat Pranams Shubhananda Prabhu, and let's see who's on YouTube and Facebook. Where is it? There. Oh, Haribol, Manjari Didi, Ganga Mataji, and whoever else is there watching. I see there's a few other devotees. Dandavat Pranams. Okay, so maybe we should start with more. I'm going to read from Rays of the Harmonist. These are Vyāsa-pūjā offerings that various devotees wrote, but maybe we can start with, let's see, Srila Bhakti Vigyan Parati Gosai Maharaj, I think. Oh, and there's Srila Bhakti Vallabha Gosai Maharaj. Okay, let's start with them too. Actually, let's just start from here. Okay, so we're going to read well wishes and words of affection from God brothers. Okay, so first begins with well wishes from Srimad Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj. Oh, actually, we have a better version of these letters in the Yeah, I'll read from, what is the book? What is it called? True Master, True Sir. True Master. Yeah, because we went through it again. So these are letters that Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj wrote to my Gurudev on the, like, yeah, I'll just open it and we'll start. Sorry guys, I didn't have time to prepare anything, as I mentioned before. Hari Bol, Mahi Bharat Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, and Indira Mataji, Hari Bol. Okay, so I'm just going here. Narayan, Narayan. Okay, it's letter 127. No, letter 125. Okay. So this is Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj conveying his good wishes on the occasion of Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj's first journey to Western countries for the purpose of preaching the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I'm going to make the text big so you can all see it nicely. Here. Okay, there. That's big. Let's start. God, I don't know what is up with my computer. I'm sorry, guys. You're very patient with me. I just selected everything and now it's... Oh, God. That was weird. Didn't select everything. It selected up to here. Okay. There. Okay. Let's begin. Okay. This is written in 1996 on April 25th from Darjeeling, Sri Shamasundar Gaudiya Math. This is Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj to my Gurudev. He said, Shri Vaishnava Charane Dandavan Nati Purvikeyam. Pujapad Maharaj, yesterday, after considerable delay, I received your merciful letter dated 12 April 1996. I hope that by the causeless mercy of our most worshipful Srila Gurupad Padma, you are well in all respects. I became extremely gladdened and enthused to know that on the repeated insistence of the foreign devotees, you are preparing for an auspicious journey to Western countries with the objective of preaching the Prem Dharma of Sriman Mahaprabhu in the lands of Holland, England, America, and Canada. I came to know that devotees from those countries are bearing the travel expenses for 3 people and that your visa and tickets have been duly arranged. But why should the lands of Singapore and Hong Kong be deprived of the Prem Vani of Sri Gaurasundar? And then there's a footnote. It says Singapore and Hong Kong are places of entry into China. Thus, Srimad Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj was indirectly indicating that according to the desire of Srimad Bhaktivedanta Keshav Goswami Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur, he should also propagate the message of Prem Dharma of Mahaprabhu in China. You are going abroad solely to preach the message of pure bhakti, Shuddha Bhakti Katha, and therefore I am not at all concerned about your profit or loss, for I consider that for the inhabitants of those countries, your travels are a golden opportunity and exceptional good fortune. May the causeless and auspicious blessings of Shri Guru Gauranga Radha Vinod Bihari, Sri Nrsimhadev, and he who is topmost among those who fulfill all desires, Sri Giriraj Maharaj, forever shower mercy upon you. By your preaching of their message, their inner heart's desire, their manopishta, will certainly be protected. This is indeed my firm belief. At an elderly age, your enthusiasm and patience to preach the message of Sri Gaur in the West is undoubtedly true bravery. To label this mere bravado is to deny the actual truth. May you be victorious along with your associates. I have come to know that the day of your auspicious journey is fixed for 5th May 1996. Kindly accept my Shashtang Dandavat Pranams. Iti, Shri Vaishnav Dasabhas, Shri Bhaktivedanta Vaman. Now, this is a letter written on the occasion of Śrīla Gurudev's return to India from preaching the message of Gaur in the eastern countries. It was written in 1997. From Shri Vinod Bihari Koria Math. That's Kolkata, right? Yeah, Kolkata. Okay. O Dinavatsala, you who are affectionately disposed to the fallen, my heartily welcome upon your return to your own nation after extensively preaching the message of Sri Gaur in the prominent eastern countries of Malaysia, Australia, Indonesia, Singapore, and so forth. Your preaching travels are in every way distinct from the leisure travels of ordinary people. Mahanter swabhava e tarite pramar pamar nija karya nahi tabu jana paragar. That's a quote from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 8:39. The magnanimous nature of saintly persons is that they always deliver the fallen and sinful souls. They have no personal business of their own, nor do they seek self-profit. Still, for the benefit of the living entities, they visit their homes for the sole purpose of delivering the fallen souls. The sadhu's travel is solely for this reason. Sadhavo dinavatsala. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 10:4-23. The sadhus are the friends of the fallen and become distressed at the suffering of others. Their hearts naturally melt with compassion upon seeing the incredible misfortune of the conditioned souls resulting from their forgetfulness of Bhagavan. The kindness they bestow upon such souls is not ordinary or mundane. The supremely compassionate sadhus awaken in them a yearning to develop their Atma Dharma, the constitutional occupation of their souls. O Keshava Anugajan, O dear follower of Keshav, you are for the sole purpose of fulfilling the inner heart's desire, the Manobhishta of Paramaradhyatama Jagadguru Shishimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Prabhu, you, not caring for your own happiness or distress, took a vow to preach the message of Shri Gaudiya Vedanta. Our unlimited gratefulness to you. Shri Gaurasundar has said, Jagat Vyapya Mor Habe Punya Khyati Sukhi Hoya Loka Mor Gahi Beka Kirti. My virtuous glories will pervade the whole world, and with untold satisfaction, people will sing of my fame. In order to actualize his prophecy, Shri Gaurasundar transmitted both inspiration and ability into the hearts of his Anugata devotees, his keen followers. Otherwise, without surmounting the obstacle of old age and with a bodily condition that is not stable, it would have been entirely impossible for you to preach the message of Sriman Mahaprabhu's Prem Dharma with such irrepressive vigor. O Vaikuntha Varta Vahaka, messenger bearing the news of Vaikuntha, the original founder of the worldwide Gaudiya Matan mission, Jagadguru Sri Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada, declared himself to be the messenger of Sri Chaitanya. This means that to uphold, carry, and distribute the message of Sri Chaitanya as it is indeed the distinctive feature of Gaudiya preachers. They never tamper with the divine message of Godhead, as heard from the authentic sources, Shrotavani, by altering it, rejecting it, or speculating about it in order to achieve their own comforts, out of fear of their own weakness being exposed, or to enhance their own prestige. All the associates and followers of Sri Keshav are extremely joyful by your resolve to preach the non-deceptive Gaur Saraswat message without the slightest alteration. O conqueror of the East and West, by inundating and nourishing the whole world with a flood of prem, Vishwambar Sri Gaurachandra, the maintainer of the entire universe, bequeathed a code of conduct. By following that code, you have conquered the eastern and western countries. In the past, many persons from India crossed the great ocean with doctrines of karma and jnana in hand. The heroes of the path of karma, who dutifully perform their religious activities for the purpose of enjoying the fruits, proclaim that one can attain eternal peace through the performance of karma. Yet this is only cheating. And the cultivation of impersonal knowledge by jnanis paralyzes the existence of the Supreme Absolute Entity. Persons adhering to this philosophy claim that it brings peace by bringing about the absolute cessation of misery. But this is completely illusory. The living entities are eternal servitors of Sri Bhagavan, and he is the eternal object of their service. This platform of causeless service encompasses the fifth and final goal of human life, Krishna Prem. You have conquered the native persons of those countries by shining upon them a new light containing that very message, the Vani of Prem Prayojan. Consequently, all the devotees of Shri Gaur are filled with bliss. O beneficiary of all living entities, Bharata Bhumite Hoilo Manusha Janmajar, Janma Sarthak Kori Koro Para Upakar. That's from Chaitanya Charitamrita, I think. Is it? Yeah. Yeah. Adi Lila. Anyways. One who has taken birth as a human being in Bharatvarsh, the land of India, should make his life successful by performing acts to eternally benefit others. The land of Bharata alone is the birthplace of true welfare workers. In the above statement, Sriman Mahaprabhu specifically confers upon the residents of India the responsibility to truly benefit others. Para means topmost. Since Sri Rupa Goswami established the Manobhishta of Sri Gaurasundar in this world, the conception of the highest welfare is expressed solely in his guidance. You indeed proclaim with great specificity the attributes of a true and topmost beneficiary, as displayed by Sri Rupa Prabhu and his followers on this earth, who illuminated the most confidential truths, the tattva, and service to Sri Gaur Radha Vinod Bihariji. O best of those who preach Amnayavani, the immaculate instructions received through the succession of bona fide gurus, the residents of Bharat, who are great benefactors, who are Parupakari, possess an abundance of wealth to bestow upon the inhabitants of the West, but they have nothing worthwhile to take from them. Yeah, they have an abundance of wealth to bestow upon the inhabitants of the West, but nothing worthwhile to take from them. For the devotees of Sarveshwara, the Lord of all Lords, there is never any worldly dearth that makes them dependent on inhabitants of foreign lands. According to the statement, Sarva Kalav Idam Brahma, everything belongs to Brahma. Every being in the universe and everything within the universe is a servant of Bhagavan and an instrument to be used in service to him. But because a certain group of foreign devotees are not established in this statement's meaning, they are creating obstacles to your preaching of Sri Gaura's divine message, solely due to fearing a loss of profit, adoration, and prestige. Karindre brajamane pi stuyamane supurushe vukanti sarameyascha ka kshatish tasya jayate. What harm can the barking of the street dogs do to a person who is brilliantly situated upon a royal elephant and extolled by virtuous persons? That's a really cool, neat verse. Wise persons are gradually becoming enlightened regarding the essence and purpose of your preaching of Amnayavani. So the hubbub raised by those opposing you is proving to be fruitless. It's actually, I think it was Vidura, he read my Gurudev's poem. I think it was that, or maybe it was somebody did my Gurudev's chart. But they said that the more opposition that comes to him, it only makes him stronger. Like that was written on his, that's on his chart, or written on his hands. That anytime anybody tries to attack him, it only makes him more like it strengthens. Yeah, it just makes, I can't remember exactly how it was worded. But to conclude, may your life be long, and may you remain in excellent health, so that you can preach the eternal message of the Sri Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Saraswat Sampradaya, as it is, all over the world. This alone is my fervent prayer at the lotus feet of Sri Gaura Radha Vinod Bihari, Sri Giriraj, and Sri Lakshmi Nrsingadev. Shri Vaishnav Das Anudas, Shri Bhaktivedanta Vamana. Oh wow, and now there's a letter penned in English by Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj. I'm going to continue on though, because I want to get through a lot today. So I'm going to now read from Srila, who should we do next? I think Srila Trivikram Goswami Maharaj. Let's see what Srila Trivikram Goswami Maharaj wrote. Where is it? Okay. An exchange of letters between Om Vishnupad Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Trivikram Goswami Maharaj and Om Vishnupad Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Okay. Editor's note. Although Mahabhagavat Vaishnavas are fully conversant, and Haribol, Nari Hariprabhu, and Papatarani Mataji, and let's see who's here. Sudevi Didi and Manjari Didi, Haribol. Jai Śrīla Gurudeva. Okay, so editor's note. Although Mahabhagavat Vaishnavas are fully conversant with Tattva Siddhanta, to teach the sadhaks how to make proper inquiry and in what mood, they sometimes ask questions of each other, as if ignorant. In such exchanges, the love and intimacy they have for each other, the humility of their dealings, and their regard for each other as Guru is most apparent. By their exemplary behavior, they clearly show that it is imperative for one on the spiritual path to lead a life full of anugatya, taking guidance from a superior Vaishnava, and to continue this until the end of one's life. With the loving purpose of revealing to others, for their eternal benefit, the deep philosophical understanding of Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta within the heart of his godbrother, Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Trivikram Goswami Maharaj wrote the following letter, just 1 year before his disappearance from this world. This exchange of letters reveals something of the intimate transcendental affection these two godbrothers have for each other. So this is written from Devananda Gaudiya Math, Navadip, 8 September 2001. Vaishnav Charane Dandavat Nati Purvikeyam. I bow down like a stick at the feet of the Vaishnavas. Okay. I offer unlimited Dandavat pranams unto your feet and pray to you that you mercifully accept them. I hope that by the causeless mercy of Shri Guru Padma, your bhajan is continuing in a most prosperous way. It is likely that you have returned from your preaching engagement in Jaipur. Thinking this, I am addressing this letter to you in Mathura. I hope that your Bhagavat Saptaha and preaching there was conducted beautifully and was most successful. Being incompetent and incapable of practicing sadhan bhajan, I cannot understand the true meanings of a few siddhantas at this time in my old age. I am therefore writing this letter to you with the desire to inquire about some siddhantas from you. Upon your illuminating me with the proper understanding, I shall be ever grateful to you and will be blessed. And Śrīla Gurudeva looked at Śrīla Trivikram Goswami Maharaj as being his Shiksha Guru. Gurudeva would say that he is my Shiksha Guru. And now we say the honor that Śrīla Trivikram Goswami Maharaj is giving Gurudev. That's yeah. Okay, so here is his questions. There's a distinction between the body and the embodied, namely the corporeality and the soul of the bound jiva. But would you mercifully explain if there exists a difference between the body and embodied, the soul, of the sadhan siddha or nitya siddha jivas, or not? Yeah, is there a difference between the body and the soul of the sadhan siddhas or nitya siddha jivas? Now, question 2. Muktapi vigraham kritva bhagavantam bhajante. Even those who are liberated accept a form, worship, and serve the Lord. This description is found in Shastra. Even those who are liberated, they accept a form and they worship and serve the Lord. So this description is found in Shastra. Accordingly, do the liberated living entities, the Mukta Jivas, obtain a perfected body, a Siddha Deha, or not? There is a kirtan of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur that states, Siddha Deha Diya Vrindavana Majhe Sevamrita Korodan. Please bestow upon me my eternal form. Bestow upon me my eternal form. Place me in the midst of Vrindavan and shower upon me the nectar of your devotional service. Here we find a description of the Sadhan Siddha Jivas obtaining a perfected form also. Would you also mercifully clarify this point? And now question 3. Is the Anu Chaitanya Jivatma, the atomic portion of the consciousness known as the living entity, a portion of the entity of the Vastu Paramatma, or a portion of the Shakti of that entity? Is there absolutely no distinction between the body and the soul of both Paramatma and the liberated soul? 4. According to Sri Brahma Samhita 5.32, Angani yasya sakalendriya vritti manti, each and every limb or sense of his transcendental body, of Bhagavan's transcendental body, is inherently endowed with all the features of the other senses. Does this consideration only apply to Govinda? Or is it also applicable to his Tarikatma Rup, his expanded forms of the divinity who are one in Tattva, his Lila avatars, his pastime incarnations, his Anksha avatars, his partial incarnations, and also to his Vibhinangsha Rups, his separated expansions, the liberated Jivas? Are the limbs of the eternally perfected Jivas also endowed with the potency, with the Shakti like those of Bhagavan? Like him, can any of their limbs perform the activities of any of their other limbs? Like those who are liberated. So then, my body is not well, and moreover, my mental faculties and my memory are almost non-existent. Therefore, if there are any errors found in this letter, kindly forgive them by dint of your good qualities. This is my prayer. Bowing humbly, a lowly servant, Trivikram. Okay, so Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj's response. This is written from Keshavji Gaudiya Math, 29 October 2001. Shishi Vaishnava Charane Dandavat Nati Purvikeyam. I bow down like a stick at the feet of the Vaishnavas. Prapuja Charan Maharaj, I pray that you accept the Dandavat Pranam of this lowly servant. I have received your merciful letter dated 8 September 2001 and have noted the contents. Our 9-day preaching program in Jaipur was adorned with significant success. After that, our Purushottam Vrat and Shri Purushottam Kshetra at the lotus feet of Purushottam Dev Shri Krishna was splendidly performed. Approximately 550 to 600 devotees from India and abroad were present, along with the sannyasis and brahmacharis. I think Nrihari Prabhu and Bhavatarini Mataji and Manjari Didi here, you were all at that for that Purushottam, right? 2001. Anyhow,
yes, we were.
I hope that you have come. Ribo? Okay.
Sorry, can you? Yes, we were at that time. Sorry, it's a little delayed.
No problem. Okay, so I hope that you have come to know of this from the devotees in Navadvip. I have always considered you my Shiksha Guru and will always continue to do so. You are completely full with and well versed in every type of Siddhanta. The intentions of your heart are deeply hidden, remaining unintelligible even to the demigods. Still, in your humility, you have presented some questions before me. In matters of Siddhanta, I maintain a particular regard for Saptam Goswami, the 7th Goswami Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He has expressed the most abstruse Siddhanta in natural, simple, and intelligible language. I will now try to present the answers to your questions. 1. In regard to the sadhan siddha and nitya siddha jivas, who are also called parikar jivas, the companions of the Lord, there is no possibility of there being a difference between their body and their soul, just as there is no difference between gold produced from bell metal by means of a chemical process and the gold found in a mine. In the same way, for the sadhan siddha jivas who have attained the status of being parikar jivas, or for the nitya siddha jivas who are already parikars, there is no, I don't know this word. Wow, I've never seen that word before. Tripartite. Anyways, it means tripartite. It means having three parts or involving three people groups. Tripartite. Anyways, involving, shared by or involving three parties. Okay, so there's no tripartite, I'm not sure if I'm saying that wrong, difference between the soul, the subtle body, and the gross body. For them, only one pure transcendental body exists. And with this Chinmay body, they perform service to Bhagavan. It cannot be found anywhere in Shastra that a subtle or gross body exists for a parikara jiva. Now, answer to question 2. In reference to the vichar, the consideration of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Thakur and the description Muktapi Lilaya Vigraham Kritva Bhagavantam Bhajante, there is some limitation due to the inadequacy of worldly vernacular. On the strength of one's bhajan, one should accept the pure sentiment in the descriptions given by the Shuddha Bhaktas. One should also understand the meaning of the kirtan Siddha Deha Diya in the same way. But in relation to the parikars, it is not appropriate to maintain the attitude that there is difference between a sadhan siddha form or a nitya siddha form. The parikar forms are completely absorbed in service to Bhagavan. It should be understood in this way. In answer to the third question. Indeed, it is established that in any state, liberated or bound, the existence of the jiva, who is Anu Chaitanya, an atomic conscious particle, is that he is the anksha, or vibhinangsha of the potency of the supreme entity, the Vastu Shakti. Both the Paramatma and the liberated jivas, the parikars, are principles or tattvas, devoid of the difference between the body and embodied, the soul. And then the fourth question. Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti. This vichar, this consideration, is not only for Sri Govinda, but is possible for his Tarikatma Rupa, his Leela avatars, and even his liberated associates. For the nourishment of his pastimes, Leela Pushti, by the influence of Krishna's own Yogamaya, the omniscience, the Sarvagyatva, and the wondrous capacity of the senses of those liberated companions, which can perform the activities of any of their other senses, remains covered. It is only under particular circumstances that this capability becomes manifest. The innumerable vigrahas of Sri Nandababa, Yashodama, the Sakas, Sakis, and dear associates situated in innumerable universes, or in innumerable prakoshtas, sections of the Dham, are described in Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Especially having studied Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Sanmodan Bhashya commentary on the Shikshashtakam, and having listened to the vichar, the considerations of Srila Guru Maharaj presented in an assembly in Mathura, which was attended by Gaudiya Vaishnavacharyas such as Pujapad Bhakti Rakshak Shira Goswami Maharaj, Pujapad Bhakti Dai Madhav Goswami Maharaj, Pujapad Bhakti Vichar Jajabar Goswami Maharaj, Pujapad Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, and Pujapad Bhakti Kamal Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj. My doubts on this topic of Jiva Tattva have been dispelled. Certainly, you please read the Sanmodan Bhashya of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur on the first shloka of Shri Shikshashtak. By reading the portion of the commentary that begins from Cheto Darpana Marjana, Nityadina Jivasya, up until the Gopika Dehamapi Prakata Yati, all your doubts will be dispelled and your conceptions will become lucid. What more shall I write? The rest is fine. I conclude here, your lowly servant, Sri Bhaktivedanta Narayan. Okay, so now here are those were some appreciations from God Brothers. And now, appreciations from contemporary Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Contemporary Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Okay, this is from Srila Bhakti Bhagavad-tirtha Goswami Maharaj. This is written during Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj's final residence at Jai Shri Damodar Gaudiya Math Chakratirtha Shri Jagannath Puri Dham. Okay, so in 2010, end of 2010. Shishi Guru Gauranga Radha Damodar Ju. Oh, Haribo Raseshwari Mataji. Oh, I'm so glad that you're back. Yeah, you must have power again now. Great to see you again. Haribo. Okay. Shishi Guru Gauranga Radha Damodar Ju. To Pujapad Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj, who has resided at Shri Keshavji Gaudiya Math, Kangsa Tila, and Shri Rup Sanatan Gaudiya Math, Sevakunj. Remembrances of the affection you showed me are still so fresh in my heart, even though I am unworthy of such affection in all respects. Remembrance of how you received me at your own place, Shri Keshavji Gaudiya Math, Kangsatila, and with your whole heart you enthused me and made all kinds of efforts for my welfare, must also be engraved on the canvas of your memory. Although we all became grief-stricken at the sad news of your grave illness, upon hearing that by Sri Krishna's desire you have recovered somewhat, we all felt heartened and encouraged. You also might have heard the news of my grave illness. 5 stents, 5 tubes, were inserted during an angioplasty to open artery blockage. The doctor has advised me to take proper regular rest. My movements have been checked. I have a desire to meet with you. If you desire, everything is possible. Please accept my countless prostrated obeisances. Yours affectionately, Dasa Bas Bhakti Bhagavad-tirtha, 19 December 2010. Wow, just before my Gurudev entered Nitya-lila, he wrote that. Okay, and now this is written by Prahlad Prabhu, who's now was it Paramadvaiti Maharaj? I forgot the beginning part of his name, but Paramadvaiti Maharaj. He recently got sannyas. So after hearing the news of Param Pujapad Srila Narayan Maharaj's disappearance, Srila Gurudev remembered that he had recently written some words of affection to Srila Narayan Maharaj. I said, Srila Narayan Maharaj received them and felt happy to hear the contents. Sri Madhav Priya Prabhu conveyed to me that when he read your words to Pujapad Srila Narayan Maharaj, I have a desire to meet you. He had said that if Krishna desires, it will be possible. Srila Gurudev then said, now it is not possible. After some time passed, Srila Gurudev said, it is not that it is impossible. It happens on few occasions. Srila Narottam Das Thakur met Srila Rupa Goswami, even though Srila Rupa Goswami was not physically present at that time. Srila Rupa Goswami fed milk to Srila Narottam Das Thakur. That was written on 29 December 2010 from Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math. Wow. Okay, now contemplating charming memories of him in separation by Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Bharati Goswami Maharaj. How long is this one? Oh, it's kind of long. I'll just read it. Okay. Okay, so introduction. Pujapad Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj appeared in the village of Tiwaripur in the Buxar district of Bihar. His parents named him Narayan Tiwari. After receiving Diksha from his Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav, from his Gurudev Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, his name became Gaur Narayan Das. When his Gurudev saw the intense taste, the ruchi Gaur Narayan Das had in the conceptions of the Gaudiya Parampara, he used to say, I have now conquered northwest India. After Gaur Narayan Das had resided in the mutt only for a short period of time, his Gurudev gave him sannyas, and his name became Sri Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj. Residence in Mathura Mutt. On the order of his Gurudev, Srila Narayan Maharaj took complete responsibility for Sri Keshavji Gaudiya Mutt in Mathura. Back then, even though funds were extremely scarce, and even though there were few people in the mutt, Srila Maharajji managed the mutt very nicely, even in those conditions. The epitome of Vaishnav Seva. Srila Maharajji never failed to perform Vaishnav Seva in accordance with proper etiquette. Once I was invited to the Mathura mutt for a festival. After the devotees had honored prasad, we then sat to honor prasad, and leaf plates for Maharajji and me were placed side by side. Just as the brahmacharis began to serve, Prapuja Charan Sri Bhakti Prapanna Damodar Maharaj, a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, suddenly arrived. Immediately upon seeing him, Maharajji stood up. He turned to me and said, "You please take prasad. I will arrange for Bhakti Prapanna Damodar Maharaj to take bath, a place for him to do anik, and so forth." I said, "But why should I take prasad now by myself? We'll take together later." And we did just that. Brihad Mridanga Seva. Prapuja Charan Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj had noted that Srila Prabhupada's Hindi magazine, Bhagavat, was no longer being published, and he expressed his desire that a magazine entitled Sri Bhagavat Patrika be published from the Mathura mutt. He gave the responsibility for this task to his highly qualified Hindi-speaking disciple, Srila Narayan Maharaj, along with the service of translating other sacred literatures from Bengali. To fulfill the desire of his Gurudev, Srila Maharajji learned the Bengali language. First of all, he presented a most beautiful translation of Jaiva Dharma by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. In this way, he afforded the Hindi-speaking public an opportunity to learn the conceptions of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Later, he translated and propagated the treasure of many Gaudiya Vaishnava scriptures, not only in Hindi, but in various languages of the world. When those people who previously could never speak out against the Gaudiya Mutt attacked it upon seeing that people in the Gaudiya Mutt were somewhat weak in understanding their Sampradaya conceptions, Srila Maharajji roared loudly in the form of publishing a book named Prabandha Panchakam, thereby sealing their lips tight. In that book, we're going to be printing a new edition of that very soon. After the disappearance of Guru Pad Padma. After the disappearance of Prapuja Charan Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, Sri Bhaktivedanta Vaman Maharaj was appointed Acharya of Sri Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti. Yet the running of the mutt, especially the Sri Navadvip Dham Parikrama, was performed by Srila Maharajji. Srila Vaman Maharaj, Srila Trivikram Maharaj, and Srila Narayan Maharaj used to stay together in all three dhams, in Vrajamandal, Navadvip Mandal, and Purushottam Dham Kshetra Mandal. Expert in the conceptions of our Sri Rupanuga Gaudiya Parampara. Srimati Radharani's service mood is such that she becomes indebted to any Saki who helps her serve Krishna, even if just a little. She does not care whether someone performs service to Krishna independently or not, because she considers that all services to him are her responsibility. She is more tolerant than a tree as far as the responsibility to serve Shri Krishna is concerned, and although she is the highest abode of devotion, she feels humbler than grass, expressing her gratitude to those who assist her, even slightly. Sri Rupa Raghunath accepted this mood of Sri Radharani, Trinadapi Sunichena, Taror Api Suhishnuna, as their lives' ideal. Oh wait, let me just reread that. Okay, Sri Rupa Raghunath accepted this mood of Sri Radharani, Trinadapi Sunichena, as their lives' ideal. Those who want to become the dust of the lotus feet of Srila Rupa Goswami must also embrace within their hearts his ideal of Krishna Seva and genuine humility, dinata, as the treasure of their lives. Srila Maharajji, being thoroughly established in all these conceptions, which are the essence of Sri Rupanuga Gaudiya Parampara, has performed true welfare for many fortunate people of this world. Yesterday, Chudandi Maharaj was mentioning in his glorification that once Gurudev and many devotees, maybe some of you were there, they all went to Radhakund, which is the central place of all the different, like many different bogus Babaji groups and Sahajiyas and like that, where we hear they're always giving what, like Siddha Pranali, right? So-called Siddha Pranali. So in the assembly, Gurudev said at Radhakund, right there, he said, I'm gonna give you all now your Siddha Pranali. And then what was that? Then he said, Tunarapi sunichena tororapi suhishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. There, now I gave you all your Siddha Pranali. Okay. So the sickness pastime of the Acharya. I also was ill when news came to me of Srila Maharaja's sickness pastime. When I arrived in Delhi on my way to Chandigarh for my treatment, I heard that Srila Maharaj was also in Delhi. Even though there was an intense desire within me to go and take his darshan, I could not due to my own physical incapability. Actually, it is very difficult to externally understand the sickness pastime of a Vaishnava, which is also a pastime of Bhagavan. Over 60 years ago, there was a very expert group of dramatic performers in Bengal who were depicting the pitiable condition of women in Indian society at that time. One of the main female roles was played by a man, because in those days in Indian society, women of good repute did not participate in theater plays. When one very distinguished scholar of that time, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, heard of the play, he attended the one performance. He was so fascinated by the performance and so charmed by the role of one particular Indian woman that was being played by a man, that he took off his shoes and struck the man who was torturing that woman. Oh my God. The theater company were overjoyed that one so erudite could be put into such a state of bewilderment by the artist's performance that they preserved the shoes of Vidyasagar. The other actors, those simple people, were not at all bewildered and remained unaffected. Wow. In the same way, even though Vaishnavas are always healthy and independent, they sometimes enact being unhealthy in such a way that bewilders big scholars. The surrendered devotee, however, even one who is most insignificant, has no confusion or doubt. This may seem quite odd, but it is the glory of the Vaishnavas. It is solely with the intention of bestowing service to servitors that the Vaishnavas perform sickness pastimes. The illness pastime of the Acharya cannot be understood by material eyes. Therefore, for those who are still Kanishta Adhikari, it is recommended that they take his association in the form of offering prayers and stutis. Is it so easy to differentiate between the leprosy of Vasudeva Vipra from that of Gopal Chapal? Yeah, because externally it seemed they both had leprosy. They both seemed to be in the same position. Yet Vasudeva Vipra stated that his disease was a good and just thing, whereas Gopal Chapal only lamented his condition. Wow. Right, it's not letting me zoom out. What the heck? Anyways. How can Arjuna, who attains the direct association of Bhagavan, ever fall into illusion? And can that Bhagavan who protected Parikshit in the womb of Uttara actually neglect Parikshit upon his receiving the curse of a Brahman's son? How can such occurrences be justified? Actually, there are many deep secrets behind these pastimes, but they can only be understood by one who is surrendered. Similarly, there are many deep secrets behind the Vaishnav's sickness pastimes that can only be understood by one who is qualified. His disappearance pastime. Srila Maharaj displayed his disappearance pastime on the appearance day of his senior godbrother, Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Maharaj. And Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Maharaj disappeared on the disappearance day of his godbrother, Srila Bhaktivedanta Trivikram Maharaj. By this, all three have bestowed information about their mutual eternal relationship and they have established that their relationship existed before this life, manifested during this life, and will continue in the future without the slightest hindrance. Samadhi. The meaning of samadhi is to become absorbed in the service of Nityavastu Sri Bhagavan, free from any anxiety. Separation. Who actually feels separation from Sri Guru after he disappears from this world? To the extent that one has endeavored to understand his behavior and conceptions, his achar vichar, his ideal and his words, one will feel separation from him. The meaning of viraha, separation, is vipralamba. That is, one remembers him in every situation, at every step. The words a person speaks do not reveal his feeling of separation. Rather, inner feeling of separation will be understood by how one conducts his life after the disappearance of Guru. Wow, that's a very important point. Somebody might give a very beautiful glorification of Gurudev and seem to be like, you might even feel, but really that just words are nothing. It depends how much you're actually conducting your life. How much are you shaping your life by according to the words that his instructions. It is not that separation is felt by everyone in the same way. A feeling of humility may fill the heart upon singing Jaya Nila Premadana Karuna Prachur by Srila Narottam Thakur, and one will lament, "Oh, what should one's condition in separation from Sri Guru actually be? And what is my condition? I am not feeling a trace of separation from him, even though Gurudev has disappeared from this world." Someone else will think, Arjuna was so afflicted by separation from Krishna that he could not even pick up his Gandiva bow. Yet I am continuing to perform the same activities I was performing before. In fact, actual separation can be felt by one who is cultivating the conceptions and precepts of Gurudev. When worldly people cry and weep in separation, their feelings are but fleeting. In actuality, however, the principle of separation is eternal. We must keep that mood permanent. In other words, we must follow with utmost enthusiasm and strong determination the very ideal Sri Guru adhered to and practiced in his own life. Srila Gurudev's conceptions are not any different from those of Shri Shri Rupa Raghunath and Srila Narottam Das Thakur. Who is Sri Guru's real successor? A person in the ordinary world of karma always strives for dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. And when he leaves this world, his sons divide his property among themselves equally. In the realm of Hari Bhakti, however, especially the Gaudiya Sampradaya, the bhaktas completely discard dharma, artha, kama, and moksha, and solely accept pancham purushartha, the fifth objective of human life, Krishna Prem. They accept that as the exclusive goal of their lives. When they leave this world, the sole inheritance they leave behind is their ideal example, their achar and prachar regarding the pancham purushartha. Therefore, a person will receive his Gurudev's true inheritance, his unlimited transcendental wealth, to the extent that he is surrendered to him. Under the guidance of the personal associates of Srimati Radharani, Śrīla Maharajji practiced Uttama Bhakti, characterized by his practice and preaching of the topmost conception of Anukulyena. And then it says Anukul is Radharani. Anukula is Radharani. In other words, being under the guidance of Radharani. Okay, and then Krishnanushilanam, seeking Shri Krishna. Due to being fully realized in the conceptions of Sriman Mahaprabhu, he knew the importance of being under Srimati Radharani's guidance. The gopis themselves were deprived of darshan of Krishna's two-armed form when, at Petagram, they approached him without being under her guidance. What then can be said of how others are deprived of the darshan of the two-armed form of Krishna without her guidance? In other words, when those very gopis who were prepared to give their foot dust to Sri Krishna and who were ready and willing to go to hell for eternity ran ahead of her to search for him, he showed them his four-armed form. Because they were not under the guidance of the favorable potency, the Anukul Shakti, Srimati Radharani. But those gopis who followed behind Radharani, they received the good fortune of seeing Shri Krishna's two-armed form, that is, the form of Swayam Bhagavan Rajendra Nandan. Thus, the perfect ideal of Uttama Bhakti, characterized by Anukulyena Krishnanushilanam, which Śrīla Maharaj has left for us, is his actual wealth. Wow. This wealth is such that a person can certainly take as much as he wants, and no one will ever object or oppose him. There's no scarcity. Take as much as you want. No shortage at all. An opportunity to serve Śrīla Maharaj. Once there was a deity installation festival in Vyāsa-pūjā, in Vyāsa-pūjā at the temple established by Shri Bhakti Vijay Purushottam Tirtha, who is under the shelter of Prapuja Charan Srila Bhakti Rakshak Shrira Goswami Maharaj. Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, Srila Narayan Maharaj, and I were present for that occasion. While there, Srila Maharajji expressed his desire to go to Jagannath Puri. But, he said, as yet, there is no proper facility to live at our Sri Nilachala Gaudiya Math, which is under construction. Upon hearing his desire, I immediately told him that he could stay at our math, and that I would make the proper arrangements for his stay. Srila Maharajji was very pleased. Although we had made train reservations to travel together the next day, I decided to leave that very same day, even without a reservation, because I wanted him to stay in my own room there. I thought that if he saw me removing my belongings from the room, he would have not wanted to inconvenience me and would have hesitated to stay there. Therefore, I came before him. Oh my God, could you imagine that? He just went on it. That's a long distance also, Vyāsa-pūjā, and he just went on the train without any reservation. The same day that he heard that, you want to stay in Chaitanya Math? Then that very same day, he left. Therefore, I came before him. And he did that because he knew that Gurudeva wouldn't want to see him go through any trouble. Therefore, I came before him. I put my things in the Brahmachari ashram and made the room neat and clean. My Guru Maharaj had previously ordered me, as soon as the opportunity to serve the Vaishnav presents itself, immediately avail of it. Otherwise, an opportunity to serve them may never come again. And so it happens that after that time, when Maharajji came to Puri, he would stay at the house of Singaniya Prabhu. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. That was so happy I read that whole offering. That was wow, amazing. Okay, let's see what is next. How much more time do we have? We have another half hour. Okay. Oh, I mentioned I was going to read from this book, Guru-vandanā. So which one should we read? I'm just looking at the table of contents. From respected Vaishnavas, Bhakti Sarvasva. Let's read Sadhu Maharaj's, Bhaktivedanta, Shripad Bhaktivedanta Sadhu Maharaj. Yeah. And then, let's see, excerpts from Offerings of Diksha Shiksha Disciples. Okay, anyways, we'll read that one, and then we can just read some more from here, and then we'll conclude. Wow, that offering by Srila Bhaktivedanta Paraditika Swami is just so much in that. Okay. Oh, not that Sadhu Maharaj, this one. Okay. Something I really like about this book is we tried to get offerings from all different kinds of devotees from all different sanghas. I mean, like in Gurudev's own sangha. Even from people who are like all the different divisions and everything, it got one offering from each person in each section. And even grand disciples of Gurudev also, he wanted like, an offering from every place for Gurudev. Okay. Remembering the Vishva-varanya, world-renowned Acharya Bhaskar, the sun-like Acharya, Om Vishnupad Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, on the occasion of his appearance centennial, translated from Bengali. And I think most of you know Shripad Bhaktivedanta Sadhu Maharaj sing beautiful, beautiful kirtans. He's like, oh God, his kirtans are just, yeah. Anyways, so we're going to read his offering. Haribol Vidyalala Sadidi and Madhusudan Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Okay. Remembering the lotus feet of my supremely worshipful and supremely merciful Shri Śrīla Gurupad Padma, Acharya Kesari Om Vishnupad Shishimad Bhakti Pragyan Kesha Prabhupada. I am attempting to remember some aspects of the exemplary transcendental life of one who is blessed by his mercy alone, Vishva-varanya Acharya Bhaskar Om Vishnupad Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, on the occasion of the centennial of his appearance. This effort of mine will only be successful if Shri Gurupad Padma and he shower their profuse mercy upon me. Hence, before recalling any memories, I pray for the merciful blessings of them both. Yeah, I never knew. I always thought that Shripad Sadhu Maharaj was like a very senior disciple of Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, but no, he's actually a godbrother of Gurudev. He's a disciple of Srila Param Gurudev. He must have got initiated very young, because he's not that old. It is described in scripture. Kulam pavitram janani kritartha vasundarasa vasatish chadhanya nirtyanti swarge pitara pritesham yesham kule Vaishnava namadeya. The family of Vaishnava appears in becomes purified. His mother feels success. His residence in the earth itself becomes blessed. And in heaven, his forefathers dance in jubilation. That's from Chaitanya Mangal, Madhya Khanda 31-163. Wow, what a beautiful verse. In reality, Param Pujapad Srila Maharaj never had any mundane ego about being born in such a high caste. In his Shri Harikatha, he would often quote the following: Naham Vipro Nacha Narapatir Napi Vaisho Nasudro Naham Varni Nacha Grihapatir No Vanasto Yatirva Kintu Prodyan Nikila Paramananda Purnam Ratabdhir Gopi Bhartu Padakamalayur Dasa Dasanu Dasaha. I am not a Brahman, a Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra. I do not belong to any caste. I am neither a brahmachari, grihasta, vanaprastha, or sannyasi. I am, however, a servant of the servant of the servant of the maintainer of the gopis, who abounds in the resplendent sum total of supreme bliss and ocean of complete nectar. That's from Padyavali, verse 74. he would say, as per this verse, we are Bhagavan's eternal servants, and he is our eternal master. This is a specification of our true identity, our Swarup. In this context, an instance comes to mind of when he was living in Sri Devananda Gaudiya Math as a Samiti's general secretary, giving classes every day in the evening on Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Gaudiya Kantahara, Jaiva Dharma, etc. What is the eternal dharma of the jiva? In this context, he'd request, can you all briefly give the answer, in essence, to this question? Many devotees gave various answers. Last of all, he said to me, you give the answer to this question. In response, I said, servitude to Krishna is the jiva's eternal dharma. Then he said, yes, this is how one should give the essential answer. In course of speaking his Harikatha, I've just spoken of myself. He's saying, in the course of speaking his katha and glorifying him, I've just spoken of myself. For that, you all must please forgive my offense. I really like that point. I want to give you an example of how he encouraged the sevaks by his own conduct during his time in Sridham Navadip. As you enter Sri Devananda Gaudiya Math through the main gate, Sri Narahari Toran, to either side of the gate are flower gardens. On one side is a rose garden, and on the other side is a garden of Rajanigandha, of tuberose. In this garden there were weeds, and no one had cleared them out. In the afternoon, when everyone was resting, Maharaj took a sickle and started cutting out the weeds. When we came for class, we saw Maharaj absorbed in the service. Maharaj, we said, this service does not befit you. We will do this service. In response, Maharaj said, my Gurudev used to say, from cooking, cleaning to reciting Bhagavat, every service befits a real servant. Wow. From cooking, cleaning to reciting Bhagavat, every service befits a real servant. As per the instructions of Sriman Mahaprabhu, the 6 Goswamis wrote texts on bhakti, restored the lost holy sites, established service of the deity, and rendered other such services. Likewise, to fulfill the ambitions of Guru Padma, Srila Maharaj preached and published numerous books in Bengali, Hindi, and English on the subject of bhakti, starting with Mayavadi Ki Jivani. In Vraj Mandal, he restored various pastime places of Bhagavan, Sri Krishna Chandra, and he constructed Sri Mats and Mandirs. Thus, manifesting the service of Sri Vigraha, he preached all over the world the message of Prem Dharma as practiced and preached by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was a fearless preacher of the truth and would delineate the real purport of the scriptures. He would not shy from speaking the actual truth. That's for sure. He would never shy from speaking the actual truth, no matter how much opposition he got. On one hand, he was harsher than a thunderbolt and repelling conclusions opposed to scripture. And at the same time, he remains cherished even today within the treasure chests of his god brothers and disciples' hearts for being affectionate, loving, and caring, softer than a flower. After our Srila Guru Padma's disappearance, his absence overwhelmed our hearts and made us feel an emptiness. But in its place, just as we found Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, we found Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj's contribution was no less. At this point, there are a few things I cannot refrain from sharing. He showered his merciful attention on me via spiritually enlightening letters and instructions to establish me in ashram life. When I was a brahmachari, he prompted me to don saffron robes, and then engaged me in preaching for Sridham Navadip Parikrama. And in my accepting sannyas also, he was my main source of inspiration. If he had not showered his merciful glance upon this fallen person, then perhaps I would have ended up getting caught in the muddy pool of Maya. Hence, I will never be able to forget his causeless mercy. Though I failed to experience an internal realization of his being a real Vrajarasa Rasik, or an intimate associate of Rishabhanu Nandini, Srimati Radharani, and Rajendra Nandan, Sri Shamasundar, externally, so even though I haven't been able to experience that there hasn't been internal realization of that, externally, I've been able to experience it somewhat. He would, with utmost love, perform Mangala Charan, Vandana, Stav Stuti, and Shri Harikatha. When he would perform his Mangala Charan, Vandana, Stav Stuti, and speak Harikatha, then I would feel how much realization there was in his prayers and Shri Harikatha. It was evident he was experiencing those matters internally and had the ability to make others experience them. Once during Sri Damodar Vrat, in the course of Sri Vrajamandal Parikrama, Param Pujapad Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Shishimad Bhakti Jivan Janardhan Goswami Maharaj, Pujapad Shri Bhaktivedanta Trivikram Maharaj, and other Vaishnavas were present. Our Parikrama then was conducted from various dharmashalas. One day, while the party was staying in Nandagaon, after the evening kirtans, as Param Pujapad Srila Narayan Maharaj Ji spoke in his Harikatha of Sri Nanda Baba and Sri Yashoda Ma's love and parental nurturing, their Vatsalya, he became so immersed in emotion, he could not maintain his composure, and he began to weep profusely. Pujapad Janardhan Maharaj and Trivikram Maharaj were also crying. Seeing their condition, we too became overwhelmed. What happens that day was not something that can be expressed in language. It can only be experienced. Many extraordinary events of his transcendental life remain to be told. His intimate and dear ones will describe them. To you. I have simply tried to relate a few brief memories. Param Pujapad Srila Narayan Maharaj came into this world on the order of Bhagavan for the auspiciousness of souls like me who are trapped by Maya. Mahanter Swabhava hoy, tarite pamar. The nature of exalted personalities is to deliver the fallen. Their appearance and disappearance are synonymous. Therefore, on the occasion of his auspicious appearance centennial, the reverberations of separation from him are echoing in the hearts of this wretch. O supremely merciful deliverer of the fallen, O transcendental connoisseur of Vrajaras, O you whose very life is Shri Radha Vinod, please shower this wretch with the slightest merciful glance and make my life successful. This is the heartfelt prayer and request submitted at your feet by such a wretch as me, a servant of the servant of Sri Guru and Vaishnavas, Bhaktivedanta Sadhu, Navadip Nadia. Wow, that memory of Gurudev's Janardhan Maharaj and Srila Trivikram Goswami Maharaj all crying together when he was describing the quality, the love of Yashoda Ma and Nanda Baba, their Vatsalya. Wow. Okay. Now moving on. Which one should we read next? Let's see. Okay, so now we come to excerpts from the offerings of Diksha and Shiksha disciples. Vaikanas Maharaj, that would be nice. Let's read Vaikanas Maharaj's. What time is it? Okay, we still have 15 minutes. Okay. Shripad Bhaktivedanta Vaikanas Maharaj. Dear Śrīla Gurudev, please accept my humble and loving obeisance at the dust of your lotus feet. By this, I mean I am offering my respect and gratitude to you and to those who are near and dear to you, and serve you with faith and love. When Mahaprabhu pacified Mukunda after appearing to reject him, he assured Mukunda that he is always with him. He is always with him as his eternal servitor, and that those that associate with and serve Mukunda are similarly blessed. So, Janma Janma Tomra Paile Mor Sangha, Toma Sabar Bhrite O Dekibe Mor Ranga. It's from Chaitanya Bhagavat, Madhya Khanda 10-87. You have my association, birth after birth. Even all your servants will see my pastimes. In Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada's commentary, he writes, when the Lord performs his pastimes in this world, his associates come with him and engage in his service. Persons who are counted as servants of those associates also receive the opportunity to realize those pastimes of the Lord. Your teachings and literary contributions to the world are vast and will be increasingly appreciated and understood in the years to come. Out of all that I have heard and seen and tried to understand, something stands out most to me, and that is your quality of deep compassion and unconditional love for all, especially for those who desire to enter into the service of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Shri Radha Govinda under the shelter of our divine guardians in the line of Sri Rupa Raghunath. Your own Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj, gave you the title Bhakta Bandhav, which means one who has a mood of great friendship and love for the devotees. He saw your natural faith and attachment to the service of Shri Guru and to those who are dear to Shri Guru. We became the recipients of that natural affection when, on the request of our beloved Guru, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, your friend and Shiksha Guru, you left Mathura Vrindavan Dham to help his disciples and again shower the world with the sweet nectar of the confidential teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Oops, I forgot to share this in the group. Anyways, doesn't matter. Whatever. Okay, so we became recipients of that natural affection when, on the request of our beloved Guru, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, your friend and Shiksha Guru, you left Mathura Vrindavan Dham to help his disciples and again shower the world with the sweet nectar of the confidential teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. From our first meeting, I felt the power of your love, infused with kindness and humility. I had not sensed that since the time of our Srila Prabhupada's manifest presence on the planet. Wow, wait, let me reread that. From our first meeting, I felt the power of your love, infused with kindness and humility. I had not sensed that since the time of our Srila Prabhupada's manifest presence on the planet. To me and many of my god brothers and god sisters, it was clear that Srila Prabhupada was with you and speaking through you. At first, I simply wanted to bask in that affection and enjoy the newly awakened taste for hearing and chanting the holy names of the Lord. Gradually, through your association and the example of those who were close to you, an awareness of something more came into my heart. That was a particle of the meaning of Mahaprabhu's prayers, Gopi Bhartu Pada Kamalayor Dasa Dasanu Dasaha, and Amanina Manadena. You revealed that success in bhakti comes by rejecting the desire for personal fame and prestige, and instead seeking to honor and serving Shri Guru and the Vaishnavas. This is what you showed the world, and this is how I want to live my life, to emulate your mood of humble service to Hari, Guru, and Vaishnavas. I have no qualification for this, but once before I expressed a desire to you for something very high, and you smiled happily, thumped me on my chest 3 times, and laughing, you replied, "Very good, very good, very good." In the following years, you have always nourished my tender bhakti creeper and have shown me unconditional support during my imperfect endeavors. You have given me the name Bhaktivedanta to reinforce my connection with my holy master Srila Prabhupada and with you. At that time, you told me that you will always help me so that I can one day fulfill the real meaning of that title. Now, in honoring your divine appearance day, I am begging to be an instrument in your eternal service to our exalted Guru Varga and to the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis who follow them. I pray to embrace with full enthusiasm and compassion Mahaprabhu's desire to uplift all the conditioned souls of this world. I have no qualification, but I pray that one day soon I may be counted among your near and dear in this spirit. Your insignificant servant, Bhaktivedanta Vaikanas. Haribol Krishnamaya Didi. Sorry, I sent that in the group. I forgot to click send, and so that's why there'd probably be a lot more devotees here if I would have shared that link. I just forgot. Okay, how much more time do we have? Okay, like 8 minutes, 7 minutes. There's Sadhu Maharaj from Krishna Balaram Mandir. Let's read Sundar Gopal's. Let's see how long it is though. Oh, this one's a bit long. I'm just going to read it. We'll end with this. I really liked his one that was in the Rays of the Harmonist. That one's shorter also, but I'm not sure if I could find it. Let's see. I don't remember which issue he wrote it for. I don't think it's in. Let's just see if I can find it really quick. Padmanabha Maharaj's is really nice also. I don't think I'm going to find it like this. Budhar Prabhu, Harinamananda Prabhu. No, I think I'm looking at the wrong one. Okay, never mind. Let's just read this. Okay. Dear most worshipable Śrīla Gurudeva, I am offering my koti dandavat pranams at your lotus feet. It has been 10 years since you left our physical vision, but I am so unfortunate that I am not feeling any separation or lacking in my life. Now I have been given an opportunity to offer Shraddha Pushpanjali at your lotus feet on the most auspicious occasion of the centennial of your appearance. Even though a Baddha Jiva is not capable of glorifying a transcendental personality like you, still, for my own purification, I am writing something. Your magnanimity. Your love and affection extended beyond your direct disciples. Anyone who came to you for shelter immediately got your love and teachings without hesitation. When we hear the classes that you spoke to the senior devotees of ISKCON, the love you have for them is clearly felt. It also showed how you revealed your heart. To them, considering them to be senior devotees who had practiced Krishna consciousness for a long time. And it showed your eagerness for them to advance further on the path of Rupa-nuga Bhakti. You mentioned in your morning walks that, just as Sri Krishna reciprocates according to one's devotion, a guru reciprocates depending on the disciple's surrender. Similarly, whoever came to you with a desire to learn and advance, you nourish them according to their situation and always enthuse them to advance further in bhakti. Devotees who were involved in publications at the other Gaudiya Mats mentioned how you provided support and any material, whenever they requested. You gave them full support whenever they requested it from all the other Gaudiya Mats. Similarly, your books were put on the internet, and they can be downloaded by anyone without any costs. Yeah, all of Gurudev's books, whenever anything goes out, He wanted everything to be freely available to everybody. So all the books, so that's actually a huge loss from GBP, that people don't need to buy books because there's all available for free on the internet. But this is how my Gurudev wanted it. And the books aren't even copyrighted. And so anybody can publish and sell the books. People can make money off the books, and still it's there's no copyright on any of his words anywhere. Taking responsibility. In one of your classes, you mentioned that one who doesn't take responsibility is like an animal. You yourself showed throughout your life the proper way to take responsibility, starting in the early years of maintaining Sri Keshavji Gaudiya Math, including its residents, your godbrothers, and later the disciples of Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, and then publishing granthas and magazines, engaging in local preaching, handling court cases, and more. Responsibilities increased as you assumed the role of accepting disciples. The size of the parikramas increased, but you were never deterred. Instead, you became so pleased at seeing so many pilgrims glorifying the Lord and engaging in Sri Krishna Sankirtan. You took responsibility for whoever came to you with a desire to advance in spiritual life. In addition to accepting the responsibility of your ever-increasing society, you also took the responsibility of protecting the Sampradaya against allegations through publishing Prabandha Panchakam, 5 essential essays, challenging the Babajis when you visited Radhakund, who used to say that the line of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada doesn't follow a proper Guru Parampara or follow the 6 Goswamis, and protecting the Rupa Nugadhara through your publications like Ujjvala Nilamani, Shri Rasa Panchadhyayi, Shri Gita Govinda, etc. You mentioned that even though not many devotees are qualified to read some of the granthas, still something should be available in the Rupa Nugadhara. Our devotees will read many editions available in the market and be misled instead. There's a beautiful article by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada on this topic. That this is our property. This is our right, and so we must present the authoritative version of these high books like that. Anyways, that's a whole thing. But you gave ample warnings that one has to tread these topics very carefully, as evidenced by including Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's foreword to your introduction to Sri Gita Govinda. We should read that sometime. Read that forward of the Gita Govinda. Your natural humility. We try to be humble in our activities, especially when associating with senior devotees. But you displayed your natural humility in all circumstances. Once you performed the pastime of having back pain during the Mawilamba festival in 2005. The local devotees requested a local physiotherapist to make a house call. When he arrived on the first floor where you were staying, he was carrying a small medical bag. You indicated your displeasure to us that we didn't greet the physiotherapist at the door and carry his bag for him. You then indicated to us to set up the massage bed, that is before the physiotherapist did. We were amazed. We were amazed at how respectful you were to him, and then after the checkup, you instructed us to carry the physiotherapist's bag to his car. Even though you had tens of thousands of disciples all over the world, including doctors, lawyers, scientists, etc., you received the Yoga Acharya Award, and even though you received the Yoga Acharya Award, still nothing affected you. In his kirtan, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur expanded on the explanation of the Trinad Api Sunichana shloka. He said, Jivana nirvahe ane udvegana dibe, para upakare nija, sukha pasaribe, hoile o sarva guna guni mahashai, pratishtasha chari koro amani hriday. Krishna adhishtana sarva jive jani sada, koro vi samana sabe, adare sarvada. It's from the song Shri Krishna Kirtane Jadi Manasotohar. And the translation is, In the course of leading your life, do not give anxiety to anyone else. For the benefit of others, forget your own comforts. Even if you are a great soul endowed with all good qualities, relinquish the desire for honor and make your heart humble. Knowing Sri Krishna to be situated within all living beings, always respect and show affection to all. You are the embodiment of this shloka. An important component of Mahaprabhu's mission. I am extremely unqualified in trying to express what you have given, and this will be explained in more detail by your senior disciples who have realized what you have given. You explained how all the acharyas in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give what Mahaprabhu came to give, as explained in the shloka, Anarpita Charim Chirat. Under the direction and inspiration of Mahaprabhu, each acharya emphasized a special aspect of this mission. Being empowered by Sriman Mahaprabhu, you emphasized the goal of Raganuga Bhakti, especially Rupanuga Bhakti, and how to attain that goal. By speaking about the acharyas during the respective titis, as well as by presenting their articles, their harikatha in your magazines, you indicated that we should not neglect or ignore their instructions, as they are all beneficial for us in achieving our goal, and in particular, they are a foundation for properly understanding and applying your message and instructions. However, it is insufficient to say that you are an important part of fulfilling Mahaprabhu's desire. It is very rare for one in the modern era to obtain genuine greed to become a Raganuga Bhakta if one doesn't follow your teachings as delineated in your publications and harikatha. What to speak about attaining perfection as a Rupanuga. Thus, you wanted all your publications and harikatha to be easily accessible and available to all. But it is my great misfortune that I was unable to take your conduct and teachings with gravity. My conduct is not befitting a devotee, let alone your disciple. You often used to say, I am always with you. Don't fear. If you have any doubts, you can call me. I will remove all your anarthas. You even showed that these statements are true, but I never paid attention to your words. And the root of the problem is that I was maintaining the conception that you are a mortal being. On Guru Purnima 2008, you mentioned in your harikatha that merely placing a garland on the neck of Sri Guru or offering at his feet a few flowers and fruits, some money, sweets, or cloth, does not mean that real worship of the Guru has been performed. The real Vyāsa-pūjā is to surrender oneself completely at the lotus feet of Sri Gurudev and to fulfill his desires. This means that one should completely offer one's independence at the lotus feet of Sri Guru in a mood of surrender. O Śrīla Gurudeva, I am offering everything that belongs to me at your lotus feet. I know that I am unable to really perform Vyāsa-pūjā. So I am trying to be under the guidance of your one-pointed devotees. They are in reality performing your Vyāsa-pūjā. On this auspicious occasion of your appearance day, I am praying that I can become qualified to become a true worshipper of your Vyāsa-pūjā, not only once a year, but at every moment of my life. Your unworthy servant, Sundar Gopal Das, Fiji, Australia. Oh, this is Sundar Gopal from the twin Sundar Gopal who served Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Goswami Maharaj and lives with Madhav Priya Prabhu. That was a really beautiful offering. Jai Ho. Okay, so that is all for our readings today. It is 8:36. Oh, I went a bit over time. Thank you for staying till the end. There's so many more beautiful offerings that I'd love to read, but Umadidis also. But anyhow, time is up. And so we'll end here. And yeah, Jai Ho. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. I remember in the Guru-vandanā book, I think one of my favorite offerings was Ramananda's. Ramananda wrote a really beautiful one that we put in the Guru-vandanā book. And anyhow, there are many more offerings I'd love to read, but I think we're gonna continue on with Chaitanya Bhagavat tomorrow, because even though I'd love to do more glorifications of Gurudev, this is like the most nourishing, inspiring thing for me. But I want to also try to finish. I'm hoping that we could finish the Madhya Khanda before the 150th Vyāsa-pūjā of Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada. So that's why I'm gonna I'm trying to go as fast as I can with Chaitanya Bhagavat. All right. Jai Shishi Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Ju ki Jai Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupa Rashata Rashata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Śrīla Gurudeva ki Jai Tadiya Shubha Avirbhav Titi ki Jai Jai Shri Titi Palankari Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai Vyāsa-pūjā Maha Mahotsav ki Jai Jai Śrīla Gurudeva ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupa Rashata Rashata Shishmar Bhaktivedanta Vikram Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupa Rashata Rashata Shishmar Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupa Rashata Rashata Shishmar Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Śrīla Prabhupada ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupa Rashata Rashata Shishmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupa Rashata Rashata Shishmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishta Mahabhagavat Śrīla Gurudeva Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishta Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopala Bhatta Dasaghunath Sharda Goswami Prabhu ki Jai. Shri Swarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki Jai. Namachay Śrīla Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Braja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda ki Jai. Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki Jai. Shri Purnamasi Yoga Maya ki Jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Gaur. Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashachai Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Sattvatai Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Pyaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Śrīla Gurudev's Vyāsa-pūjā Maha Mahotsav ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Gurudev ki Jai. Hari Bol everybody. Dandavat pranams. Oh, Hare Krishna. Oh, I don't know how to say your name. Bangi Sifo. Bangi Sifo. Oh, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Man, I kind of wish we weren't in such a rush to get through Chaitanya Bhagavat, because I really want to continue this on. But yeah, we're going to start Chaitanya Bhagavat tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining, and Hari Bol, Krishna Mai Didi, and Nari Hari Prabhu and Bhavatarini Mataji. Dandavat pranams to both of you. And let's see, on YouTube and Facebook, Rup Manjari Didi, Nitai, Ganga Mataji, Mahi Bharth Prabhu, Indira Mataji, Sudevi Didi, Manjari Didi, Raseshwari Mataji, Madhusudan Prabhu, Vidyalala Siddhi, and all devotees. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranams. Oh, and I see there are many other devotees there. So thank you so much for joining, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe. All right, Haribo.